went a little crazy, making too many fiends in this situation because they really do lose their effectiveness later on in this matchup. So even though the Mountain King's dead now and they don't have any anti-air, Human's doing a really good job. He's using his Paladin, he's healing those Knights when they're low. Again, now they're 3/3 Knights, which is really interesting, versus 1/3 Destroyers. So they're going to be able to take up a good amount of that damage, having those 3 armor upgrades. And he still has his staff on his Paladin, and he can swap it off to his Archmage if he needs to staff individual Knights. So he can continually chase these fiends and the undead heroes around, even though he's being chased by 5 or 6 destroyers in the air, which he doesn't have any real counter to at this point. And really, he's not even worried about it. He's like, these destroyers don't have anything on me. They're not absorbing any summonables from me anymore. They're not absorbing any Scrolls of Protection, Scroll of the Beasts, or anything like that that's on my units. I don't have any slow going on or anything for him to really absorb. So he doesn't have to worry about destroyers. He's not giving him the undead player the chance to use the destroyers the way they're supposed to be. If you hold alt, you will see a really low HP destroyer here, and he's gonna focus fire it a little bit with his Archmage, and he sends in his Gyrocopters to try to get the last few hits on it. Unfortunately, that coil was really cool. I told you there'd be a few cool moves there. If you were watching that destroyer, that coil came over the trees with that Death Knight, so that was a pretty interesting move here. Taking a look at hero levels, we have a level 5 Death Knight, level 4 Drow. The level 4 Lich is actually dead right now. It looks like he might be trying to tavern rest it here at the tavern. And the Mountain King is still dead, but being revived at the altar. So it's kind of interesting to see these the hero levels here and the differences. Having that level 5 Death Knight, which means that he has that level 3 coil, and that's very effective offensively and defensively, generally speaking. However, since he's lost, he's fed all his fiends. He doesn't really have an army composition right now. He can't really do a lot with that level 5 coil. It's going to be a little bit less. It's less effective, obviously, versus all these knights. The most effective target for that coil is going to be a low HP Archmage. Ironically, hero is going to be the best target for him to be doing that on. It does, I believe, 300 damage. So that's going to bring. I think that's what it is. Correct me if I'm wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure it's 300. I'm going to bring an Archmage. Obviously, hero armor comes into effect and things like that. So just kind of to watch out for. So he's making the right decision here and making more abominations. He needs something to be able to hold some of these front lines here. Actually, no, sorry. I thought he was going to make more abominations. That's kind of what I think he should do. Instead, he's massing more destroyers. And this is the common tactic for a lot of undead players. It's mass destroyers. This is the only option I have versus human. It's all I can do. There's no point to it. But, he saw how ineffective or how not effective his destroyers were versus the human. Or versus HolyHuman so far. So he's, it's a bad situation. He's got his statues right now, and they're doing their mana pulse on the destroyers right now, and they're just wasting the mana because they're absorbing the mana. So that's kind of silly. Oh, sorry, it's AE, so it's hitting the Death Knight and the Archlich and stuff like that too. Still, what he should do is when he's ready to make this fight, he's still got 3 statues here, so he can chain more those 3 statues and get some mana on those destroyers. And that's going to be the next big fight we see, and hopefully he decides to do that option there. And again, that'll give him the mana that he needs to really take out these knights. Now, we do have these flying machines coming up, and he is upgrading those. They're now 2/3 for their flying machines, so they're going to be a little bit more effective versus destroyers. But again, here's the chain morph, so we have a lot of mana coming on these destroyers. And he's using that mana to focus fire individual things. Sorry, he did use it. I sped up accidentally. I'm at like 10. Doesn't really matter. Immediately, the Archmage goes down to a bolt and a combo. If you can pull it off, pick off that mage. That's like the first target here. And this is a really bad situation here for the undead player. He loses his Lich right off the bat, gets bolt surrounded on his Death Knight, and now all he has left is these destroyers here. So he's got a lot here, and the destroyers aren't really, getting countered effectively. They're still alive, they're still kicking, they're still attacking here, but they're not able to do enough damage. They're ran out of mana now. A few of them have a little bit of mana left, I guess, for their orb, but they're not really posing a big threat to the human player's point. So now, HolyHuman, all he has to do is run right into the base and kill it, although he has lost his Archmage. That's not very big deal right here. We do have a mana pot there on the Mountain King, which is nice if he needs some mana for a bolt or something like that. So to kind of say checkmate in a regular game, this is more for the average players, is once you kill a really high-level opponent, a really high-level hero at some point in the game, go in there and kill off that altar. That's going to delay that opponent from making his hero out again and give you a huge advantage. That's exactly what HolyHuman did. It's back to basics in this, professional kind of level of play here. He says, okay, I just won a big fight. I killed 2 of his heroes off. I don't want to have to deal with those heroes again. I want to win this match. I'm going to go right in there with my knights, completely ignore those destroyers. I don't even care if I lose my expansion, in which he did to those destroyers. I'm going to go right in and kill off that altar so I don't have to worry heroes again. So unless the undead player can get another altar up, he won't have to worry about them even being tavern res, which is something that he might have to worry about because he does have a good amount of resources here. So interesting move there by HolyHuman. He knew what he was doing there. And again, we just see the power of knights here. I guess that's what we can kind of dub this audio commentary, is how effective knight usage can work very well versus undead, even up against the direct counter for undead, which is those destroyers. So just know, I mean, you kind of got to estimate in your head, what is the biggest threat here? Are those destroyers really that big of a threat to my knights when I have my paladin, which was, I think, at least level 3 at the time when he was making some of those big fights, now level 6. I mean, I don't have to worry about those destroyers anymore. I don't even need to make a counter there. I can go in and auto attack on his base and win this match. So that's what he's kind of worried about, or doing at this point. Even at different points in the game, he kind of, that last big fight there at his expansion there, when he killed off the Lich and the Knight and the Death Knight, he kind of he had it done there. He could have almost auto attacked and had that one and used his hero abilities, which is kind of what he ended up doing, I think. So heal goes off on that Knight, very easily saves him. See, I mean, even if these he doesn't have anything attacking these destroyers, and he doesn't have to even worry about it. He's like, okay, I have a decent mana left on. Well, now he doesn't have enough mana on his paladin. I really should have taken some more notes in doing this, but still good staff usage. Doesn't really even matter. See, I mean, he's just picking them off, healing when he can, destroy. If he loses 1 or 2 here, it's not a big deal. He knows he took out all the undead base there, and the game's almost over, so you can kind of see who's going to win at this point. He looks like he's going to try to save it by creating more units here, kind of hiding the ziggurat. It's not even possible. So yeah, this one's over. I'm gonna go end it because I'm kind of bored of it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the replay anyway, other than I know that kind of lackluster shoutcasty kind of commentary, but I just want to make a point on that human players, you don't have to tower up anywhere, towering is a very annoying thing. It's a common way to do things, and it's something that has just kind of been expected, and people are regularly dealing with it. But it's still a lame strategy. I mean, I can't say it's a lame strategy because laming is just another word for playing good. One of Grubby's famous quotes. Love them, but you just gotta kind of think about it to yourself. And would you want to be up against some crazy towers? Would you feel honorable beating someone that way? If you do, then fine, stick with it, whatever. But personally, I have my girlfriend to deal with, and if she sees me towering anybody, she is not impressed anymore, and she completely walks away. I can't even bring 1 ivory tower with me when I go in to finish off an opponent. If she sees 1 tower going up, all of a sudden I'm some big pussy guy, and she can't stand me. All right, so that's probably just me. Anyway, thanks for listening to my audio commentary, guys. I'm sorry it was so long for my last one. Hopefully that won't be the case anymore. I'm kind of getting a little sidetracked lately with some other stuff going on in my real life here at the moment. Thanks again for tuning in. This is Systemshark, signing out. See you guys.